Hey everyone, Matt Barrett with BusinessTruths Consulting, bringing you the analogy of business. As you can see, I'm standing in my shop down here. I've got all my tools on the wall behind me. My favorite tool right here is the lathe, and right in front of me here, this is a 55-gallon oil barrel that I picked up and was super excited to get it. For several years I've been wanting to make a steel drum, and this is what I'll use to do that. If you're not familiar with what a steel drum is, check out Beach Boys, their song Kokomo. That kind of high-pitched drum in the back, that is a steel drum, and hopefully mine sounds just as good as theirs. Well, I've also got here a little sledgehammer, and this is what I'm using to impact the top of this drum, because originally the top was about here, and I have to sink it down. It's about 4 inches. Eventually it's got to go as low as 8 inches. To do that, take this hammer and have an impact on the top of this drum over and over and over again until I get it sunk down just where I want it. I'm going to estimate maybe several thousand impacts have been had already just to shape this down. So this is one type of impact, but this is another drum that I made a few years ago. This is just a little snare drum. Kind of one of my life goals was to be able to make something just like this, and I accomplished it. Super proud of it. But when I have an impact on this drum, I'll just use my hand. It's got a completely different sound and a completely different purpose at this point, because I don't need to shape this anymore. At this point, all I'm doing is impacting it to get it to perform. As opposed to back here, I'm impacting it so that I can get it to shape and contour the way that I want it. Now, in your business, and here's the analogy for you, this is just like your business, because you've got to stop and ask yourself, where am I in my business and what kind of impact do I need to be having with my employees? What kind of impact do I need to be having with my community around me, with my customers? What kind of impact do I need to have with my vendors? Maybe it's even on a much larger scale and you say, I want to have an impact at the government or the regulatory level. Well, to do that, are you going to have an impact that's going to shape and contour, bring in a sledgehammer to it? Or are you going to have an impact that causes your company to perform because you've already gone through everything that you need to get it to the place that it's already at a point to perform for you? And so as you begin to contemplate that, keep in mind that you, as the owner of your business, really are the only person that can have this kind of impact. You see, as the owner of the business, as the leader, leaders have a responsibility to bring impact to their business, to their community, however you choose to do that. Are you going to have the impact that's going to shape and contour, or the impact that's going to create performance? So as you're going around today, I want you to stop and think about that and ask yourself, where is my business at? Am I ready to have an impact that's going to contour and shape the environment around me? Or am I ready to have an impact that's going to create performance in my business? I hope that's challenged you a little bit. I hope that's got you out there thinking about what you're going to be doing. And if nothing else, I hope that it really inspired you to get down into your shop and start banging around on a few things and maybe just have an impact on a little hobby project like I've got going here. Hey, it was great talking to you guys. I hope to see you soon. Appreciate all the positive feedback that I get when I see you out in the community. Look forward to seeing you.